I'd like to start today's lecture with some old photo of Seoul. This photo was taken in 1905, and this photo was taken in 2012. You can see it's the skyline of the mountain. It's the same angle. So Seoul developed pretty much in a short time. In ancient time, there was a water source. This is water reservoir located on top of mountain. And this is well in a palace in Seoul. So this water source is only for the royal family and nobles. Ordinary citizens, they have to use a Han River. At that time, a Han River is clean enough to drink. So the citizens had to get drinking water directly from the river. Also, the community has well. So in that case, the citizens will got water from the well, community well. If you have money, the citizen could buy water from water cellar. Another photo of water cellar to take water from well. And this photo, this is the first modern water treatment plant in Seoul. Definitely it's the first one in Korea too. This building was built in 1908. So we say that the history of the waterworks system of Seoul is 107 years old because we start from the history of waterworks system starts from here. Actually, in ancient time, we have aqueduct and we have sewage system, something like that. But modern style waterworks system starts from this building. Right now, we are using this building as a water museum, and this is the water treatment plant, the first one. You can see the ladies and gentlemen took photo in front of sedimentation basin in the plant. The plant was renovated in 1922. This is not a train. This is an engine to pump water to deliver to the citizens. We'll discuss it later, but in Seoul, we have many hills and mountains. So this is one of the mountains in Seoul. And we use the mountain as a water reservoir. We'll discuss that issue later. This photo was taken in 1912, and people were constructing the water pipe. Do you remember when the waterworks system of Seoul starts? Waterworks system of Seoul started in 1908, right? So we said that the history of waterworks system of Seoul is 107 years old, but actually, it's not true because Korea had, tragically, we had Korean War in 1950. In 1950, we had the Korean War for 3 years. Imagine, many people suffered from the war and many infrastructure were destroyed, including waterworks system. So, according to the system, 30% to 90% of waterwork infrastructure was destroyed by the war. So, actually, waterworks system of Seoul starts from that point, so it's not 107 years old. After the war in 1960, Korean government drove so-called economy development plan. From that point, Korean economy grew fast, and the population grew also rapidly with the economic growth. But still, citizens had to get water from the well, like this. This photo was taken in 1972, and at that time, about 85% of citizens could get access to tap water service, but still, some citizens like this lady had to buy water from who has the tap at their house. So I calculate the price, but it was about 4 times more expensive than current water tariff. So this person is a bad person. Huh? This photo was taken in 1970s also. This photo was taken in the highland area. Do you remember the Seoul has many hills and mountains? Even though the 85% of citizens could access the water service, but still we have problem with the pressure control. So the citizens who lived in the highland area had the trouble of water delivery. So in that case, we have to use tank to deliver water to the citizens. Another photo of highland area. As you can see, a lot of citizens had to be in a long line to get water. This says hundreds of people gathered together to celebrate the installation of water tap. You can see a general, probably, a high-ranked officer, and you can see the camera from broadcasting company to celebrate the installation of water post. Probably my ancestor, because I'm working in a research institute. Okay, now this is Seoul, and this is Han River. Actually, Han River consists of two Han Rivers. One is North Han River, starts from North Korea. The other is South Han River, starts from the eastern mountains area of Korean Peninsula. It starts from here, flows like this, and two Han Rivers met at Paltang Dam, which is the closest dam to Seoul. And then Han River flows like this, and it goes to the West Sea. So these two Han Rivers join at the Paltang Dam. North Han River takes about 30% of water flow of Han River, and 70% is South Han River. So we say that this is the origin of Han River. In the mountain, the red shade is mountainous area in Korean Peninsula. This is the fountain, which is the origin of the Han River. So small fountain is the origin. So the water from this fountain flows through the mountainous area, meet the North Han River at Paltang Dam. This is Paltang Dam. For Seoul, I don't know about your city, but in Seoul, surface water, river, is only source of water. We have groundwater, but we don't use groundwater or rainwater. We'll discuss that later. But anyhow, the 100% of source water for Seoul come from Han River. Han River is relatively has good water quality and quantity also. So that's why Seoul can have 10 million citizens. The population of Seoul is 10 million, but including the commuters from the satellite city is about 15 million. Narrowest width of Han River is about 1 kilometer. The width, the largest width is about 4 kilometers.
Really?
Yes, so it's huge. So that's why we can have 10 million of citizens. This is clean water from sedimentation basin, I think. The city installed a lot of water fountains all around the corner of Seoul for the citizens enjoy the tap water. And we made a brand name for tap water. It's the Arisu. Ari means big, Su means water, so Arisu means big water, which was the ancient name of the Han River. So we take that for brand name of tap water. We made brand name for tap water to promote. Like, citizens doesn't like to drink, they don't know much about tap water or something like that. So with that brand and the bottled water, it's not for sale. It's only for promotion. So with this bottle, then we can, make citizens familiar with the tap water. The tap water is not only for drinking. This is double layered bridge, and the city installed the fountain along the bridge. We call that fountain as Moonlight Rainbow Bridge. You can see why it's called Rainbow Bridge, Rainbow Fountain, and also Moonlight. So this is tap water because the water, the citizens can inhale the water drops. So we use clean water here. And this is Cheonggye stream. It's a rehabilitated urban stream. Actually, it was covered with the road, but it's a rehabilitated, and this water is tap water. Actually, it's a little bit different tap water. It's a preliminarily treated water. Public Service Award from the United Nations because of the water service. Okay, this is timeline. Dark blue line is population of Seoul, and light blue line shows drinking water production capacity. As you can see, the population is decreased to 1/3 after Korean War. It was 1.7 million, but it's decreased to 650,000. so 1/3 of the population before the war. From the 1960, do you remember the Korean government drove so-called economic development plan? And from that point, Korean economy grew fast and population also grew rapidly. So the city need to increase the production capacity also. So it's increased rapidly. But from 1990s, the population of Seoul stabilized. Actually, it's a little bit decreased, but it's stabilized from 1990s. From that point, production capacity also stabilized. So, but there is an increase because this production capacity was planned in this time. So we have to build another water treatment plant here. But after 2000, the city focused on the efficiency of the system. We'll discuss that later. And the water production capacity could decrease.